Hi there, I'm Kevin Devine and this is Devine Encounters, where I bump into stars and celebrities and have unplanned, unscripted chats with them here in the heart of London. So it's a fantastically sunny day here in Soho today. In Devine Encounters, we're lucky enough to meet Steven Hartley. How are you, Steven?
I'm really well, thank you. How are you?
I'm all right. We've caught you in town today.
Yes.
What are you doing in London just now?
Rehearsing a new play at the moment, which is going to go on at the Soho Theatre there, which is a new play commissioned by the Royal Shakespeare Company. And it's about football.
Really?
Yeah. So it's called Fit and Proper People, and it's about all aspects of football. It's from the grassroots, you know, the fans, down to the corporate sponsorship, players getting paid lots of money, foreign money coming into it, and it's a brilliant play. So
what role are you going to be playing in it? Player, manager?
I'm playing a manager.
Okay.
And I've kind of made him a bit of a cross between Harry Redknapp and Terry Venables, but it's just he's the manager of a championship club which is about to get moved up into the Premiership.
Sure. So you're on the verge of greatness there.
We're on the verge of greatness, yeah.
A fictional team.
Absolutely.
And obviously, loads of people will recognise you from your time in the Bill.
Yeah.
What was it like playing a long-running character in such an iconic series as the Bill?
It was great. I mean, believe it or not, it's actually about 10 years since I left.
Sure.
I mean, it's a long time ago. But it was great. I had a really good time, and I was sorry to see the Bill finish, end when it ended.
Yeah.
But no, I had a wonderful time doing it, and I've been very lucky since I left. I haven't stopped working, whether it's theatre, and I've got 2 TVs coming out. I'm just about to go appear in the series Merlin for the BBC, and a new series for ITV called Vera with Brenda Blethyn. So it's great.
Good names there as well, the Merlin.
Absolutely, yeah.
Is this just a sort of a dip in and a dip out of that series?
It's a dip in and a dip out of Merlin. I've got a big, huge beard, which took me about a month to grow, and I just get to kill lots of people with a big sword, really.
That sounds a lot of fun.
It is.
And Brenda Blethyn, she's obviously a big name as well. What's that series going to be about?
She plays I was going to say a private detective. She plays a police officer based up in Newcastle. And she's a chief inspector, actually, I think. Okay. So I had to get my Geordie accent working, and I was up in Newcastle for a couple of months, so that was great. And Brenda is, she's fantastic and a wonderful actress, so it was a privilege to work with her, really.
And one of these things, again, you've talked about another police series there. When you were doing the Bill and things, you've mentioned you've been lucky enough to have 10 years of constant work. Were you ever worried that you would be sort of cast as a policeman all the time?
I was a bit worried, but but to be honest, I mean, the character, because I was a high-ranking police officer in the Bill, I kind of wasn't a beat copper. I was very lucky that the character kind of transcended that slightly, and also the storylines were so, I had huge storylines, and I was lucky that I haven't really been typecast as a copper. So,
what was your most challenging storyline when you were doing that? When you look back at the series, what's the one that really stands out for you?
It was my leaving storyline, where we discovered that my character was a bent copper. He'd raped somebody, and he kind of had a meltdown, and that was kind of quite difficult stuff to play, but it was great fun.
And being an actor, obviously you start to become identified by the public with some of your roles. When the storylines are coming out, do people ever forget? Do they forget that you're actually just an actor?
They do sometimes. I mean, I've had elderly women in supermarkets telling me that I was horrible. And I did EastEnders about 20 years ago, and I was horrible in that as well. So they'd be, "You're horrible, you are."
I suppose that's just part and parcel of the game, though.
It's part and parcel of what we do, yeah.
And taking you back to your current projects in football, I know you're a keen footballer.
Yeah.
You have been in your time. Do you follow a particular team? Do you still go to the
I'm
games?
a Tottenham Hotspur supporter.
Sure.
And we're doing all right at the moment, so I'm quite happy. But no, so it's great for me to be doing a play which is about football. It's fantastic, and it actually helps that I'm a football fan myself. So it's all good.
If you hadn't been an actor then, if you'd been able to go into sports or whatever, would it have been the football?
I don't know, actually. I'd have quite fancied. I was an amateur boxer when I was a kid, so I think I would have quite liked to have done that, but I'm not entirely sure it's a very healthy game to go into.
No, well, I was going to say your face and everything doesn't look as if it's been in a boxing room very much.
No, I think I was lucky.
And Mr. Redknapp, you mentioned him, as a cross between him and Sir Alex Ferguson.
No, Terry Venables.
Terry Venables, sorry.
He's a kind of South East London, a bit of a geezer manager, really.
Yeah.
And and those managers now, those old-style managers, are few and far between, really, in the Premiership. We've got the Italian lads coming in, and they're all very smart, and so the character that I'm playing kind of harks back to those days of a bit of a geezer manager.
You sound as if you've really researched this. Have you approached Mr. Redknapp yet?
I haven't, no, I haven't.
Maybe that's a wee phone call that can be made there and
it's
say,
not a
look,
bad idea.
And Terry Venables, I'm sure, would be up to help you.
I'm sure he would.
Things. And finally today, Stephen, just before we let you go, if we want to find out about you online, do you do the Twitter thing?
You can go. I've got a website which is www.stephenhartley.net, and I'm on Twitter on it as well. So you can just go on that, and all the details are on there.
Smashing. It's
Brilliant.
been a real pleasure to meet you today.
Lovely to meet you on such a lovely day.
It's been fantastic, and I really hope that that the run goes well for you. When
Brilliant.
does it start?
We start on October the 7th.
Good luck, and we'll see if we can get some tickets and come and see you.
Brilliant.
Cheers, mate. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.